DJ Bliss, we know your music. People know you from the Bibling as well. But before we start, I want to know, how did your career start into getting into DJing?
A lot of people don't know this. I have mentioned it. I actually started off like in a band first. I was playing the guitar. I was playing the drums. I was into like alternative rock music. Like I was listening to bands like Nirvana, Alice in Chains, Soundgarden, and things like that. So initially it started like that. And then my high school days, I used to like do like a little bit of music during my breaks. I used to do my high school radio. And then the DJing part, really, like I was just one of those kids, was not part of the cool kids in school, wouldn't get invited to the parties. I was like, how can I get invited to these parties? So I started like collecting music to play music and throw my own parties.
Really?
True story.
And how did you come up with the name DJ Bliss?
I had this business card ready with all the details except for the word, like the DJ, it was DJ and then blank and then my email address and telephone number and all that stuff. I had a fax number on there back in the day. I asked my dad for his fax number. And then I saw the word and it was like a beautiful meaning. It means extreme form of happiness. I'm like, oh, this is a pretty cool word. So I just went with it then. But, it was like years later, or maybe like not too long ago, where I realized that this word reflects the energy I like to have around me. Anytime I'm in a room, anytime I'm at a concert, it's how I like people to feel. It's how I like myself to feel as well. So it was like a name. I always use the line, the name found me. I didn't find the name. And then like it was years later when it made complete sense to me.
I think that's how it is for a lot. Like even for me, that's how like I first, like when I wanted to start something, I'm like, when the name will hit my mind, and that's when we start. That's exactly the same thing that happened to me. So when was your first?
I was just going to say, I'm like, your name, I'm sure your mom and dad had something to do with that. You weren't like in this world, like, what should I call myself?
Son.
But it would be cool, right? I think we're like, would it surprise you if they said, hey, there's a new rule now where you can change your name to what you think you would change your name to?
Yeah, that would be cool. But I don't know what I would get my name to. Like, I think I'm good with my name.
Yeah.
Like when I was young, I wanted to have my name as Mickey because of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah.
But now when I think back.
Well, I'm glad there's no rules that allow you to change your name.
Can you walk us through your first breakthrough in the industry, and when did that happen and how?
It's been so many different things because I've had a long career in like different sort of sectors. I started off DJing a little bit and getting into clubs, and then around the same time I got into radio as well. So when I was working on radio, it really boosted my DJ career. And then I did radio and DJing for a while, and then I did TV for a short period as well. I had my own TV show. So it was always like some new thing that I was doing that was, kind of like contributing to what was going to be the next thing for me. And most recently, I mean, it's Netflix, of course, like Dubai Bling, like it completely changed my life. Before it was like I would go travel, I would go to places, I get certain gigs, but this one has like elevated me to like a place where, a global audience is now aware of what I'm doing and the music that I'm making.
When the Bling came out, how did like that completely elevate with, people now recognizing you for your work? Then they must have definitely gone through, checked your work, and how has that impacted you?
In a very positive and a great way. Like I've been creating content on YouTube, making music, being on tours, DJing and all that stuff for a long time. But now I have like, an audience of people from like Netflix who've watched the show and have become fans of the show or fans of us. And, they started following me, and, it's about building your tribe. And for me, the ultimate goal is really like music, DJing, music, performance, and going around the world. I feel like we import a lot of talent over here in terms of artists and DJs, and I want to be the first person who gets exported out of here.